second intermediate grade. Today we have full plus 4. We are going to present module 4, lesson A. Start with the first slide, but before we start with the first one here, we have like a classroom question that usually teacher use in the classroom when he wants to communicate with the student. This is the first one. What does mean? When I say what does mean, what do I mean by this? What does mean? For example, what does book mean? What does school mean? And this is an explanation of what we mean by the word, because we need this word when we start in the lesson. And the second question will be, what can you see? What can you see? What can you see? Now let's move to the first picture here. What can you see in this photo? What can you see in this photo? Good. Good. Brushes. We have brushes here. Good. What else do we have? What else can you see? What else can you see here? Colors. Good. Colors. Colors. Good. Now let's move to the next slide to see the two photos here. What are these? What are these? What do you think? What are these? What are these? Good. These are arts. These are arts. Can you describe these arts? Can you describe them? You remember the word color? We said color. And what do you think about this? Colorful arts. Colorful arts. Good. Colorful arts. Now let's move to the next one here to see that this is the cover of this unit or module. This is the cover. So we have here arts. We have arts. And we have this person. What do we call this person? Who paints. The person who paints. What do you call him? Artist. Good. Artist. This is an artist, or she is an artist. Now let's move to the first lesson. We have getting creative. Getting creative. This is on page 48. 48. You can open your book if you like and see the lesson with us on your book. Now let's move to this one here. This is an artist, as we said. And let's talk about this photo. What can you see? Again, the same question. What can you see here? What can you see? Good. What do you think about this? Good. This is a newspaper. Newspaper. This is an example of a newspaper. What is the name of this newspaper? What's the name of newspaper? Saudi Gazette. Good. And this newspaper has, as you can see here, it has headline. Headline. Okay. This is the name and this is the headline. Does it have another headline? Do you think there is another headline? Good. This is the other headline or another headline here. Now let's go back to the photo again. What can you see here? What can you see? We can see headline, and we can see also, what can we call this in the newspaper? What can we call it? Good. This is article. Article. This is article. Okay. What is this article is talking about? What is this article talking about? What do you think? You can see this photo. This photo, it's talking about a boy. A boy. What do you think about the boy? You can find the answer on the headline. Try to read the headline. Try to read the headline. Good. First prize for teen artists. So this boy is an artist. This boy is an artist. He's a teen artist. Now let's move to the next one here, which is about the article. first prize for teen artist. But before we move to the reading passage or the article, before we read the text, I have a piece of advice for you. Some students take the answer from line to line to find the answer, or they just look for the word in the question and find another word, the same word in the article or in the text. Then they write the answer. Just copy, and this is wrong. Maybe this is good for the first time. You can do it for the first time, for the second time, but it doesn't work for all the time. So before you start, you have to know the questions. This is sample of questions, not all of the questions. For example, the first question, what? When you read a text or an article, you have to know what. To answer the question what. When? Asking about period of time. Why? Who? And sometimes, or some questions has WH questions. The answer will be yes or no. So we'll see this in our text. So this is the article. I divided the article into three parts, just to help you follow up with the audio. Now let's start listening.
4A, Getting Creative. 1. Read. A. Read the headline and look at the picture.
First prize for teen artist. Guildford Council announced the winner of their wall design competition last night, and it was quite a surprise. They wanted local artists to design something to go on the huge north wall of the new town hall.
Okay, this is the first part of the article. Now, let's answer the questions that we have here. Let's move to the first one here. Listen again.
A. Read the headline and look at the picture.
First prize for teen artist. Guildford Council announced the winner of their wall design competition last night, and it was quite a surprise. They wanted local artists to design something to go on the huge north wall of the new town hall.
Okay, the first question. What did Guildford Council announce? What did Guildford Council announce? Good. Guildford Council announced the winner of the wall design competition. When? When did they announce the winner? Good. Last night. Now the next one. Why? Why did they organize the competition? What do you think? Good. They wanted local artists to design something to go on the huge north wall of the new town hall. Good. So now we understand the first part. Now let's move to the next one here. This is the second part, which is about the same article.
Thousands of professional artists entered the competition, but the lucky artist who won wasn't one of them. In fact, he's a student called Tim Blake, and he's just 13. The design which Tim created is colourful and fun, and it's just the sort of image that we wanted to brighten up the town, says Andrew Wilkins, the organiser of the competition.
Okay, did many artists enter the competition? What do you think? Did many artists enter the competition? So the word many. The next one here.
Tim was really surprised with his win and wants to enter more art competitions now. I was sitting in the town hall listening to the organizer and waiting for the result when all of a sudden he read out my name. I couldn't believe it, said Tim.
Okay.
Tim was
Now let's move to the text. We are going to read again and write T for true or F for false. Now let's do the text again. Try to answer the question. Tim's design will decorate one side of the town hall. Do you think it is true or false? Is it true or false? Great. It is true. It is true. Now, as you can see here, decorate one side. What does decorate mean? To make something more attractive. Now, let's move to the second part. Tim is a professional artist. Is it true or false? Outstanding, good. It is false. It is false. Thousands of professional artists enter the competition, but, as you can see here, but the lucky artist who won wasn't one of them. So no one of them won the prize. In fact, he's a student called Tim Blake. He won the prize. Now, let's move to the next part, or the third question. Tim was really surprised. Tim found out that he was the winner from a newspaper article. Did he know? Find out means know or knew. Knew. Did he know that he won from a newspaper? What do you think? Great, it is false. Now, as you can see here, this is the answer. He said, I was sitting in the town hall listening to the organizer and waiting for the result. Okay, now let's move to the next one here. Read again. What do the highlighted words refer to? This is an example. I will give you an example for this one. Muhammad is a good boy. He always prays in the mosque. What do you think about this one? What does he refer to? What do you think he referred to? What does he mean in another word? What does he mean? It means Muhammad. It means Muhammad. Now let's move to the next one here. They. What do you think about they, the highlighted word? What does they refer to? Good, excellent. It refers to Guilford Council. Now, let's move to the next one here. How about the word them? Them. What does it refer to? Excellent. Good. Professional artist. Now, let's move to the word he. He. What do you think about the word he? What does it refer to? Outstanding. It refers to Tim Blake, or we can say it refers to the artist. Now, the last one, it. It. What does it refer to? The design. Good. The design. Excellent. Now, let's move to the next one, the last one here, he. What does it refer to? The organizer. Good. Good. The organizer. Excellent. Now, let's move to the second part, which is about vocabulary. We form adjectives by adding y, ous, ful to the ending. Let's see the first one here. Cloudy, it is cloud, cloudy. Adventure, adventurous. Help, helpful. Now let's move to the three suffixes that we have here. We have y, ous, ful. Now the first one, I think life in the country is more, what do you think? What do you think about the word peace? This is noun. How can we change it into adjective? How can we change it? Do we add, can we say peacey, peaceous, or Peaceful. What do you think? Excellent. Peaceful. Good. Now, the second one. The leaves of some plants are poison. How can we change it? Poisonous. Good. Now, the traffic on Highfield Road is very, what do we say? Danger? No. How can we change it into adjective? Dangerous. Good. Now, the internet is really, how about the word use? How can we change it into adjective? Useful. Good. Useful. Good. Now, the last one, we couldn't go sailing today because it was too wind. No, we can't say it was too wind. How can we change it into adjective? It should be adjective. Can we say windy, windious, or windfall? Windfall. Windy. Good. Now let's move to grammar. Grammar, the last part of the lesson, we have grammar, which is about relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Okay, we have two relative pronouns in this lesson. We have who. It is a question, like a WH question. It's a question, but we can use it as a relative pronoun. How? How can we use it? We'll see now. We can use it with people. We can use it with people. And this is an example. That's the boy, for example, that's the boy who was in the newspaper. Who was in the newspaper. In Arabic we can say ذلك هو الولد الذي كان في الجريدة أو في الصحيفة. الذي كان في الصحيفة. إذن هو أتت بمعنى الذي هنا وليست أداة استفهام. ولدينا أيضا we have also which. It can be with animals, things, and ideas. Ideas, three things. For example, we have these are the shoes which cost $100. These are the shoes which cost $100. Now, let's move to this one. Here we have something different. Can you see the difference? Or it is, let's say, similar, same. They have the same. This sentence, or this part, and this part. Something shared in common. What do you think? What is it? Good. That. So that we can use that with people, animal, or animals, things, and ideas. Okay, now let's move to the exercise here. And this is like a reminder for you to remember what we have just said. Complete the sentences using who, which, or that. William Frank is the man won the race. What do you think? What do you think? William Frank, it's a name of a person. He's a person. Good. We can say who, or we can say that. Good. Who or that. Now let's move to the next one. Camels are animals, live in the desert. Camels are animals. What do you think? Can we say camels are animals? Who? Good. We can say that. We can say which. How about that? Can we say that? Perfect. We can say that as well. Which, so we can say camels are animals which live in the desert, or camels are animals that live in the desert. Now let's move to the third one. This is the shopping center opened last night, or opened last month. Shopping center. What do you think about shopping center? Can we say this is the shopping center who opened last night or last month? No. which, or that. Good. Now, the third part here, or the third sentence, there is the woman used to look after us when we were young. What do you think? The woman. The woman. Can we say there is the woman which? Can we say that? No, we can say that. Good. We can say who or that. That used to look after us when we were young. And we can, if you want to have more practice, you have on your student book, page 48, 49, and you have also workbook 101 or 5, 106. This is the practice. Now we can take more examples here. Just think about the answer here. It is too noisy in the cave and I can't hear you. So we can't say, let's move to this one here. Those are the Googles. Googles. What do you think? I wanted not these ones. What do you think? Think about the answer, please. You can search for the meaning here. If you have time, look up the word in the dictionary. I'll give you a chance to answer this question. Search for the word here to see which one is good for the word. We can say that both of words, that or that, can be used in all answers here. We can say here that. Also, we can say here that. But how about who? This is the difference. Who and which. Think about it and try to find the answer here. Good. So did you find the answer? Excellent. The answer is which. Or we can also say that. Which or that. And how about the next one? Number 6. That's the new student. The new student. It shouldn't be, it's not necessary to be a name of a person to have the answer. To have the answer who. Maybe some students make mistake when they find the word which is not referring to a person, like a name of a person. So you need to be careful. Sometimes you need to understand the meaning of the word. You need to know the meaning of the word. Some students think this word means study, يدرس. This is student, student. What do you think about the word student? Can we use, of course we can use that with the student, because that can be with any one of these things that we have. What do you think? That's the new student. Good. Student means a person who goes to school. A person who goes to school. So the answer will be who. So that's the new student who invited to my get-together. We can also say that's the new student that I invited to my get-together. Good. Thank you for listening to our lesson today, which was about 4A, full plus 4. We have reading, vocabulary, and grammar. Reading, we know how to find the answer from the text. We need to know the WH question. We have, like for example, what, if you know to answer the question, what, you will find the answer. You will know how to find the answer from the text. When, who, why, and also yes, no questions. And students usually make mistake when they just look at the word that has, looking for the same word that is in the text, in the question and in the text. So you need to be careful. Some words can be tricky for you. For example, as we noticed, the word many in the question, and the article, the word thousands. It has the same meaning, so you can accept this. Also, in grammar, we have nouns that we can change these nouns into adjective. We can change nouns to adjectives. We can add FUL or OUS or Y. And the last thing that we have taken, it was about using relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. We can use who with people and which with things, animals, and ideas. And how about that? We can use that with all these words or all these items. Thank you very much and have a good day.